Hi there! Let's talk about Dubai for a while. Dubai, one of the major cities in the world. It's the biggest city in UAE, and it's quite remarkable how it only took it 20 years to transform from a very small village into this huge metropolis area. And, they have some of the biggest building ever made. They have that Burj Khalifa tower, the biggest tower ever erected. And they have huge ass shopping malls, big hotels, luxury cars. It's a very expensive city. And, Dubai symbolizes progress and luxury and technological advancement. Of all Muslim countries, UAE appears to be most comfortable for living. All right, enough of me yapping. Let's have a look at Dubai. Everybody knows that UAE is a place where wealthy people live. It's a country of millionaires. Locals can get poor. It's just a fact. Only if they decide to stop receiving money from the government. They're only about 12% of natives and they make $10,000 minimum, and they get paid even more as they progress. By the time the retirement plan kicks in, they get about $100,000 every month. When a child is born, a family receives $16,000 and a piece of land. When a child grows up, the government pays for their education and give them $2,000 every month. Those are just a few examples of how UAE treats their people. You know how incredibly hot Dubai is? From early May to late September, the usual temperature revolves around 45 degrees. Same goes for other nearby cities. There aren't many tourists during that time of year, and locals often leave the country on summer holidays. Wherever you go in Dubai, you will most likely find air conditioning, maintaining your comfort. Taxis, the tube, even bus stops are equipped with air conditioners. Obviously, electricity bills in Dubai are enormous. And you only feel discomfort outside, otherwise the city's infrastructure is very well developed. Each house has an underground car park from where people can get wherever they want. Generally, the weather is good in Dubai. It's quite comfortable. It gets even somewhat chilly throughout winter. So if you want to come in winter, you should probably bring your jeans and jacket. It is believed that Dubai is a city of strict rules. It's considered to be one of the safest cities in the whole world because local laws are very firm and unforgiving. A slightest violation of the law may result in brutal repercussions. Tourists often get deported and they have death penalty laws, so the whole thing is not a joke. What's interesting though is that they allow prostitution. It's obviously concealed and regulated, but it's still there and everyone seems to be okay with that. Usually you can find a prosy in a nightclub, like in most countries. They look quite glamorous and sometimes it's difficult to make out whether a girl is on a job or not. Also, they have Thai massage saloons, which are also quite popular among men. By the way, you can't just express your emotions on the streets in Dubai. For example, it's forbidden to hold hands and kiss. Such actions can lead to serious consequences. Even a jail sentence may be involved. Women have much less rights than men. There were a few cases when some tourist girls claimed they were raped, and they were thrown in jail without second thought. Perhaps you heard somewhere that you're not allowed to drink in Dubai. Well, this isn't entirely true. It's only true about the Emirate of Sharjah. In Dubai, you can drink alcohol in restaurants and nightclubs, in hotels. No problem there, but only in hotels. And you can buy alcohol in supermarkets, cafes, or restaurants that are outside of hotels. Only those establishments have those kinds of licenses, which is why all major nightclubs and restaurants belong to hotels. So that's quite useful. When you want to go to a certain place, you just gotta remember the name of the hotel. Also, when it comes to alcohol, it's quite different with locals. If you're a local and you want to buy alcohol in Dubai, you must have a special type of card. You can't just consume and keep alcohol at home if you don't have that certain type of permission. Cars are a whole separate story. There are so many cool, fast, and expensive cars in Dubai, you probably won't see that many anywhere else. It's fascinating to see those supercars hit the streets at a super rapid speed. But it's quite dangerous at the same time, because drivers in Dubai are not very polite, and because many of them drive fast cars, there's a big danger of getting into an accident. Obviously, fines are, well, quite enormous in Emirates. If you want to ride a fast like lightning, make sure you have a few $1,000s to pay for your mischiefs. And you can't simply avoid punishment because you are being watched by CCTV cameras all the time. Many people mistakenly assume that rich guys in Dubai leave their supercars on the streets, utilize or just leave them out in the desert almost every year, despite the enormous cost of the car. Many people think they just buy new cars without ever thinking about the previous one. You'll find countless pictures on the net of dusty Ferraris, BMWs, Porsches, and so on. Many cars can be found by the airport too. Some say that it's just foreigners leaving their cars like that and leaving the country in a hurry just to avoid paying fines because they don't want to go to jail. And that's why there are so many abandoned cars out there. But you guys shouldn't believe that. Those cars look dusty because of the dust storms. So those are not abandoned vehicles, they're just dusty. Check out some of those dust storms, you guys. They look pretty rad. As we all know, Dubai is oozing with rich people, fancy parties and fast cars. But there are actually many poor people out there as well, and nobody seems to care about those people. A lot of them come to Dubai in search for a better life, but the laws here are merciless. And if you don't pay your bills, they'll come after you and put you in jail. It's straightforward as that. Same rules apply to transnational corporations. If a company experiences some sort of trouble, their employees get in trouble automatically. They can lose their property and end up in jail. Dubai people are so wealthy, they don't even know where to spend their money. Some buy golden cars, others literally swim in money. Well, don't get me wrong, I don't mind what they do as long as they don't hurt anybody. But there's one very bad thing I don't understand and appreciate. And it's modern obsession with wild animals. Many sheikhs somehow feel they're obliged to have some kind of a wild animal or some fierce beast at their disposal. They're not very happy with cats and dogs anymore. And they don't really care if animal is suffering. All they seem to care about is their prestige and image. Although UAE President Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan signed a decree which says that people can keep leopards, cheetahs, and other exotic specimens at home. Whoever disobeys the law can be put in jail for as long as 7 years. If a pet kills somebody, the owner might be thrown in jail for the rest of their life. These days, only zoos and clinics can keep these types of animals. By the way, whoever wants to buy a dog will have to buy a license. Keep their pet under control in public places, and of course get it vaccinated. Without a license, they can charge you with $136,000. Many people assume that Dubai is a kind of capital of wealthy people, but in reality, Beijing is first in that regard, followed by New York. Of top 5,000 billionaires, only 20 live in Dubai, including the ruler of Dubai, Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. He took his post in 2006 when Sheikh Maktoum passed away. Sheikh Mohammed has $4.5 billion and is the 7th most wealthy royal figure in the world. A lot of things happened after his initiation. They built Burj Khalifa and came up with the famous Palm Island. Emirates Airlines started operating. These days, those are the main things that come to mind when people talk about Emirates. Sheikh Mohammed created an image of a wise politic, and he lives his life according to traditions. He was married several times and has quite a few children. One of his wives, Princess Haya bin Hussein, doesn't wear a burqa. She is well educated and appears in public quite often. She's a very progressive woman, and she actually ran away from her hubby. Together with her two underage children and $39 million, Haya left UAE and asked for political asylum in UK, and now she's getting ready for divorce. According to Haya, she left the palace because she was afraid that her husband would kill her. This happened after Sheikh Mohammed announced that a few of his wives were unfaithful to him. He didn't mention any names though. A year before Haya did a runner, another Arabian princess, Latifa, tried to do the same thing. For better or for worse, she failed. She disappeared in 2018, and soon after a video appeared online where the girl told everyone she left the country and those dreadful circumstances that were forced upon her. She was soon found and brought back home, where her dad went real hard on her. She most likely got seriously whipped. After that, nobody saw her for a long time. Soon, a UN meeting was organized, where Latifa said that she was sorry she recorded that video and that she asked her father for forgiveness. Dubai grows very rapidly. Only large Chinese cities grow faster. Obviously, it takes a lot of effort. People work 14 hours a day without stop, and it's not recommended to stay under the sun for more than 5 minutes. Imagine a general worker sweating away under terrible heat several hours in a row. A lot of accidents happen because of that. Dubai is in the desert, which is why they know what is lack of fresh water. But because the country is so infinitely wealthy, water doesn't seem to be a problem. There's plenty of water in Dubai. They spray enormously large golf fields with it. They have wide approach to things in almost everything they do. UAE has a wise approach to money. They don't expect to survive by oil alone, so they are very careful about the way their economy is structured. They invest in various prospect projects all around the world. A lot of money goes into agriculture and trading. Many international companies operate in Emirates. Currently, talking about gross domestic product, oil business takes up about 80%, tourism about the same. The main source of income for UAE is all kinds of trade and finance operations. People of UAE are very concerned about the future, and they want to make it stable and bright. And you gotta agree, they're doing pretty good. High income, a lot of oil money, and wise management allows UAE flourish in all areas of economy. Right now, UAE is one of the wealthiest countries in the world. And even though the vast majority of the country are immigrants, locals control all sources of revenue. It is very hard to imagine that not so long ago, instead of countless autobahns, luxury hotels, magnificent parks, and unique attractions, there was nothing except sand and a few huts. Although some people say that the city of Dubai is not at all as marvelous and beautiful as many believe. Some say that Dubai is completely artificial, starting with trees and ending with fake smiles on people's faces. Dubai was built in a way that people who come here feel important. Unfortunately, those who live in Dubai know what it really is. All that luxury and beauty is just an image. It's like a mirage that is out there to make you spend all your money in Dubai. If Dubai was a man, it would be a kind of human with countless plastic surgeries and a heart of steel. Would you guys like to go see Dubai? Alright, that's all for now. Remember to press the like button if you liked the video, and of course don't forget to tell about it to your friends.